Please welcome Ashley Arledge.
Online dating, is it for you?
There was a study that shows 60% of Americans meet their first person online, meet their lover online. Have you ever met anybody online?
No.
I'm guilty of that.
So you ladies all say no? You guys say no?
No.
Why not?
Never.
I'm scared.
You're scared. What are you scared of?
I'm
What
gonna
is
get a
it?
sociopath.
Okay. What are some of the myths about meeting people online?
They know who they say they are.
Exactly, because you can hide. You're hiding behind that.
So it's almost like a blind date, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that it's any different than being hooked up with one of your friends that you don't know? Like say, like
Yeah,
if
my
you.
friends don't know how to do it. Don't
But at the same time, I'm not the type of person that goes up to somebody and say, well, hey, how you doing? I'm not the flirty type, the flirtatious type.
But then you say online, at least you know if I'm trying to hook with you up online, at least I know you're looking for someone too. So I most likely won't get rejected unless you don't like my picture. Then you both looking.
But they could also be looking for someone to kill, so you don't really know.
Exactly.
Okay, but you never know. You might be missing Mr. Right. You never know. We can't just label everybody a killer. Know. So how do you get without knowing that, without a pre-notion in your mind? How do you know to give the person a fair chance if you meet them online?
Well, first of
Does
all,
it start with the conversation?
First of all, I wouldn't be online. But if I was,
Okay.
I'm going to pray. God's going to have to tell me. But you do have this inner spirit, which I like to call Holy Ghost. He tells you, hey, this person is okay, this person is okay. Everybody has that gut feeling.
Yes.
So if your gut feeling is saying, hello, this is a crazy person, or there's something that's
So you
just not
believe
quite
in
right.
following your gut.
Exactly.
Stick to that first instinct.
Exactly,
Yeah,
because
once
everybody
you
has
know-
that person. Same thing when you're in a relationship. If there's something that's not quite right and you're like, oh, this person might be a little crazy, but you're like, oh, I'm going to ignore this and still go with them
Exactly.
anyway, and next thing you know, you're dead.
Would you
And
date-
that's
What if
the problem.
you're crazy?
You ignore it.
Exactly.
If you're crazy and you assume they're
Well, two crazy people together, you can do your thing.
And what about the kids? Does that affect your relationship?
Yeah, I don't date anybody with kids.
I'm not gonna
So you wouldn't date anybody. What if you just absolutely was head over heels for this person?
He was the finest thing in the world.
And
And
then
the,
know
and
he
the
had kids.
two kids came
Is he
up.
supposed to be my husband?
Well, you never know. This is just the meeting stage.
Pray. Also, too, you're gonna pray and then be like, okay, is this because when you bring a child into it, that's a whole other thing. Then you have to develop a relationship with the child.
Exactly.
And then if you
And the
break
baby
up,
mama.
Well, speaking of child,
right, and the baby's mother could be crazy.
Back to basics, family values.
you used to actually work with at-risk kids, right?
Yes.
In back home in Kansas, right?
Yes,
Wow.
Missouri.
Wow. How was that experience?
It was great. We worked. I worked with Alvin Ailey, Kansas City Friends of Alvin Ailey,
Oh, wow.
and it was at-risk youth, those kids that have come from single-parent homes or are in foster homes, things of that nature. And we just use the tool of dance to teach them you can do anything in the world that you
Wow.
want to do. The discipline it takes to dance,
Wow.
you can use that and apply that to
Wow.
college, whatever it is that you want, and you can be whatever you want to be.
That's like, when I was younger, I used to be one of the program directors for this program called the Lovinary, and basically it was just about going back to the basics of family values, teaching them to say yes sir and no sir,
Exactly.
yes ma'am, and we don't do that today. If people, the relationships that we have with people today, are they the same as before? If you see a person on the bus, an elderly woman, are you going to stand up for her?
I always do. But I look at people who don't, and I'll be like, damn, old lady standing
Okay,
up.
but do you see other people that do it that you want to just knock and say get up?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. But that comes from your upbringing.
Exactly.
It
Like
comes from
open
how
up
your
doors.
parents-
They used to open up doors
Yeah,
for ladies.
how your
Yeah, but
parents
it's a
raised you.
sign. It's a sign. It's right there. It's a plaster on both sides of the
Okay,
glass.
Family relationships. Does dinner around the table still exist?
is there dinner time? Is there a such thing as dinner time around the table anymore? You know, when you were younger, you heard the saying, "Be home before dinner."
Right.
Do we do that today?
On Thanksgiving.
No.
Right. On major holidays, you do. Personally, in my house, I've moved away from all my family. No, you eat when you can. However, we didn't sit down until after my grandfather passed when I was 15. So from 1 to 15, we sat down together. After that, no, everybody did their own thing. Everybody
Wow.
was running, doing their own thing.
Wow.
However, I was one of the fortunate kids to actually know what that's like, and I would like to have that in my family when I have one day. However, right now, no.
In my family,
it's
it
just
is.
so busy.
I was raised by my grandparents. To this day, if I were to go home, He says that.
Marriage and relationships, have they changed?
Is it as valued? Is it important?
The meaning is still the same as like how you value it. So
Well, I mean, people don't realize that actually marriage was ownership. It was about the man owning the woman.
That's right.
Her money, his money.
That's right.
And people forget that the ring wasn't a symbol of their love; it was a symbol of property.
Right.
I mean, over time, it evolved into
something else,
love.
yeah.
But people talk about the sanctity of marriage. The sanctity of marriage was money.
But
Don't forget about that.
But what about these people that's getting married and cheating on their wives and all that? What you think
Well,
about
That's someone who never really wanted to be married in the first
Well,
place.
let's.
That's the first
I have
thing.
one for you. What about the people? What about the irony of people who want to have overnight marriages and want a prenup? Okay, it's almost that's a double-edged sword. I want to get married to you, but I don't trust you. Maybe I'll trust you tomorrow.
Well, yeah, because you don't know the person. You don't know them or love them in a day.
That's
Exactly.
it's all
not
in your
really
mentality
what-
and how you want to and how you view relationships.
Exactly.
If you view your significant other as this is the rest of my life, that you are my other half, you complete me, and in God we are ordained to be one. Then it doesn't matter what I have. What I have is yours,
Exactly.
and what you have is mine. I don't care because
some
divorce
people
is
just
not an
want it
option.
documented,
Exactly.
and I'm all for documentation. Some people just want it documented. What I have is mine. What you have is yours. But a lot of people don't understand why we get offended by that. What do we feel about same-sex marriage? What do you feel about same-sex marriage? And your upbringing, how you were raised. How do you feel about that?
Well, how I was raised was, first of all, homosexuality was completely wrong.
Right.
I was never brought around. Wasn't brought around homosexuality till I was 16. Went home and was like, "Mom, they're so cool." I had no idea. Like I completely thought homosexuals were aliens, and because that's how I was raised.
Because you weren't exposed to it. Right.
Exactly. And then my mentor was a homosexual, and being in the dance world, how can you not be around it? And I was like,
Exactly,
oh my God, blew me out of the water, and I was like, I was completely wrong. But my personal beliefs is I'm not that I prefer the opposite sex. However, if this is your choice and this is what you feel you want to do, then you do what you do.
So you feel like no one should dictate to anyone else? Is that where you're kind of going to, or you're just saying that you believe in the traditional way of marriage?
I believe in the traditional way of marriage. I believe if you love someone and God says it's okay, that's how I believe. If God says whatever God says is what I believe.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If He says this is okay and I'm ordaining this to be, then this is what it's going to be. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what anybody else says.
Exactly.
Do you believe in sex before marriage?
So what about sex before marriage? No?
But we've all had sex.
I know this. No, ma'am. This is because I've had this question my entire life. What I believe about that is that
So just put it out there. Just put it out there. You're gonna.
I am supposed to be the one gift that my husband has, and I'm the one thing that no one else will ever touch except him. And I think that's the best gift that you could ever give your husband.
So you're
I
saving
don't.
yourself.
So
Exactly.
What if you give him that gift, and so the rest of your life, you gotta deal with what you.
But I don't know. But I wouldn't know because I never had it. You know what I mean?
So
And
it's
if
gonna be
this
the best thing.
It's the best thing right. Unless
Yeah, but
I decide to act a fool
read-
and go have.
Well,
commit adultery.
I would love to continue this
And if that's the
conversation,
case-
and we're going to have you back because we got to finish this. We have
Right.
to finish this, okay?
Right.
We're going to wrap this up. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank
We'll be
you for
back
having me,
right back
sir.
with a live performance from Chuck Wright.